Hi, everyone. My name is Nakia White, and welcome to your Mental Health Minute. For those who might be checking out my video for the very first time, I'm Nakia White, and I am a stress manager strategist. In today's Mental Health Minute video, I wanted to do two things. One, I want to kind of give you an update on how I'm doing in this mini habit challenge that I put out there for this past week, as well as I wanted to talk about the importance of not being too hard on yourself. So, for those who have been following or keeping up, I put out a mini habit challenge in which you chose one area of your life where you wanted to start making some changes and decided one tiny step you could do in the direction of that change and just start and try to do it on a daily basis. In that case, it should be so small that it should be pretty easy to do every day. And so I was hoping that, whoever checked it out and wanted to do this, you're not doing it for me. It'll be great challenge to kind of do for yourself to start moving in the direction of the change that you want to make and not waiting until the new year to do so. For me, the mini habit that I chose to do was just drinking one extra cup of water because my drinking water habits need a lot of help and attention. Ideally, I know I should be drinking 10 cups of water, and I know I don't make it that much. So I said, you know what? To get started, we'll just do one extra cup of water. Of course, I drink water throughout my day, but just being intentional about one cup, ideally at the start of my day, just to start making movements in this direction. And to make sure that it felt like a mini habit to me, I actually would pour my water in a measuring cup that is simply one cup because I know that that looks like nothing. I could easily do that. And so I wanted to do that to make this task so very minuscule to me. So far, it actually has been working out pretty good. I actually did not have my one cup of water today, but the other day, since I started this challenge on Wednesday, I have been drinking my water out of the measuring cup. And some days I actually drink 3 cups in a row. That's the whole goal of this mini habit. Yes. And then there's other days where I only drink 1 cup. But the point is, because the thought of just drinking a little water out of a 1 cup measuring or 8 ounce measuring cup seems so little to me, I have been more consistent in doing that. On certain days, I would challenge myself to drink more than that. That's the whole goal, which is just to start taking a baby step in the direction that you want. And the part that is motivated to change gets an opportunity to jump in there and even go above that mini habit. So far, the challenge is going well for me. I'm going to actually try to continue on with this throughout the end of the year. And then I'm hoping that by the new year, I can kind of increase that mini habit to now maybe 2 cups a day. So, want to give an update on me. If anybody has been doing this mini habit challenge, please feel free to let me know what your experience has been so far. Okay, so today's topic, I really wanted to talk about the importance of not being too hard on yourself. Even with something such as the mini habit challenge, there is such a high chance you won't do it perfectly. And I know many times when we want to make changes in our lives, we are so, we're motivated, but we also set the bar pretty high and we are very intense about wanting to behave the way we think we should. And when we don't, we tend to be extremely hard on ourselves. I don't know why, but for some reason, we think that being hard on ourselves is required for change. And I really want to say it really isn't. As a matter of fact, not only is it not required for change, but it actually can create the possibility of making that change even harder because the more we kind of reprimand ourselves for not doing what we think we should do, we actually are creating anxiety around the change we're trying to make. And like stated before in previous videos, anytime our brains start feeling anxious around any action, even if it's an action that can benefit us, the brain is going to start doing something to start protecting themselves from that action, such as either avoid it or make excuses not to do it or forget about it. What we want to do is we want to keep the process of changing as safe as possible. We already know it's going to be difficult, but if we make it scary or anxiety provoking, more anxiety provoking than it already naturally is, we actually can be creating more stumbling blocks in our way. So, even let's say with the mini habit, which, as you've heard me say in previous videos, it's supposed to be so small that it should be pretty easy to do on a daily basis. There's a possibility that because it's still new and we're trying to introduce it in our lives, that we may not even do that mini habit perfectly. When you recognize that for whatever reason there's been a discrepancy between what you want to do and what you're actually doing. There's no need to shame yourself. There's no need to put yourself down. Just try to reflect on what is making me miss the mark here, what's happening, and then try to adjust accordingly. We don't need to beat ourselves up. We don't need to say negative things about ourselves. We don't need to shame ourselves. The process of change isn't easy. If it was, everybody in the world would be making all the changes that they want to make with no problem. It is difficult. What we're actually trying to do is we're trying to get our brain to kind of change in what it's used to doing or what it has habits of doing. So it's not going to be easy. The best thing that you can do to keep yourself emotionally invested in the process of changing is to be very gracious with yourself. There's a way to still hold yourself accountable without beating yourself up or putting yourself down. As a matter of fact, if we actually move the voice of judgment to the side, we create space for curiosity. And what I mean by that is, let's say with my mini habit of trying to increase my water intake. Now, so far, I actually have not done my water intake for today. So as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go downstairs and do it. Um, but let's say for whatever reason, I missed a day or two. Now, one response could be that I beat myself up for missing it. Like, Kia, how could you even forget just one little cup of water? What's wrong with you? You're not serious about trying to drink this water. I could do that. And what that'll make me do is kind of feel worse and make me not want to drink any water at all. Or what I could say is, okay, Nakia, you missed 2 days of drinking water. I wonder why. And I can reflect in my day. Maybe something happened with my kid where I didn't get a chance to get myself centered and I just started kind of jumping into the hustle and bustle of the day. Or maybe for whatever reason I woke up late. The point is, I can actually use that time instead of judging myself to kind of reflect on what may have happened that kept me from hitting that initial task. I don't need to beat myself up. I just need to increase understanding and insight about myself and what works for me and what doesn't. What environment is best for me to actually complete tasks, and what environment or factors can actually deter me. And once I get clarity around that, increase the chances that I put myself in environments that support my goals. So for today's mental health minute, and I know that this has come after Thanksgiving, that I'm recording this video on a Sunday, so Thanksgiving has already happened. And I'm sure everybody ate a whole bunch of food that maybe they didn't want to. And, it's a battle around this time of year for so many different reasons. But I do want to encourage you and say, look, whatever your experience has been and whatever your goals are, whether you feel like you've messed up already or whether it's too late, start now. From the time that you're seeing this video, start now. The only moment you have is the moment in the present. And ask yourself, what do you need to do to take care of yourself in this present moment? If you decided to join the self care mini challenge, but you forgot about it and a bunch of days have passed, start today. Every moment is a new moment and a new opportunity to step into the person that you want to be. So again, encouragement is, if you make mistakes, please don't beat yourself up. Please don't be hard on yourself. Reflect on what is keeping you from getting to where you want to go. Be intentional about trying to create the environment you need, and then just be patient with yourself. I promise you, if you keep yourself emotionally in the game, you will reach your goals no matter how long it takes. I hope you enjoyed this mental health minute. For those who might be interested in learning a little bit more about me, what I do, and what services I offer, I want to encourage you to check out. I have a brand new website, y'all. I'm so excited about it. It's called, you can reach the website at www.connectwithnakia, and that's NEKIA.com. www.connectwithnakia.com. And I'm going to put that link in the chat before this video. You can check me out. And if you're interested in connecting with me, the information to connect with me is on that website. I hope you have a beautiful and productive week. Thank you.